And we are live on YouTube. Say hello, everybody. Everybody say hello. All righty. Oh, and we're going live on air in a second. A little bit of K-pop before your Thursday afternoon. BTS and Fake Love. Now, you know me, and I'm loving having guests, and I've got three, not one, not two, but three guests in the studio with me, and I'm really excited. I have with me Ben Lovell. Ben, how are you doing?
I'm good, thank you.
Bit closer to the mic for us.
I'm good, thank you.
Thank you. And I've also got Paul with me.
Hello, thank you.
And Debs is
Hi.
back. How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Been ages since we've seen you, and it's been a while since we've had you in the studio as well, hasn't it, Ben?
Yeah, I've been otherwise engaged in hospital.
Yes, we'll talk about it. We'll get to that. But tell us the reason you're here, because I've seen on your Facebook, certainly, Ben, you have got AMP Camp on at the moment.
It has, yes. We'll start back up. It seems like we've had a long time off. The camp started last Saturday, Debs, wasn't it?
Saturday, yep.
So we're coming to the end of it now. It's been a good camp. Paul and Debs have been on it. So yeah, we're wrapping it up on Saturday. It finishes on Saturday now.
So you've been doing loads of different things. Tell us about the sorts of things you do on these camps. And actually, maybe people don't know what the AMP camps are. What are they for, the AMP camps? Why do we do them?
So they were started. This is the adults version. It was started because when I lost my leg, I went through a bit of an hard time. It's a hard thing to come to terms with. So it was just a way to put amputees around each other where they feel comfortable, basically about how they look, whether they're lacking in confidence. And we bring them over to Tenerife. We're staying up at a new Kinsella's, which has got the boxing ring and the gym.
Yeah, wow.
So it's turned out really well. It's a new villa for us this week, so it's all been new. But yeah, I mean, you better talk to these about what goes on. These can probably explain a little bit better there, those guests.
Debs, tell us what you've been doing this week then with your guests.
So we've had a crammed week this week, so it's been up early. 7:30 pre-breakfast, ginger shots.
Okay.
You know, we've got 8 o'clock. We've had Pilates with Sonia. Then we've had Gemma up nearly every day doing like functional fitness and boxing. We had mindfulness today. At the moment, we've got another girl up talking about, what's she talking about?
It's Kate from the Bulldog Gym. So she's come up to do. She's come up to talk to them about nutrition and how nutrition affects your mental health and stuff like that.
So these camps aren't just come to the villa and have a holiday and go around the pool.
Nothing like that at all. To be honest, we had a little bit of a drink on.
St George's Day.
Debs had a little bit of a drink on.
I've just seen a picture that we don't really want shared in the public eye, do we? Really?
So that was on St George's Day, but it's not. It's not about that. They can have a little bit of a beer on a night time, but they're up at 6:30, 7 o'clock in the morning.
A ginger shot. And
shots of vodka.
So there's like health and well-being and nutrition.
So it's that, and it's a case of just being round with amputees. No, I mean, we've got people on it. So we've got a lady on it who's got an arm missing. She wasn't the most confident. She all she wanted to take from the week was to feel confident without her arm off.
Yeah.
So on the first day, before anyone got there, we was like, just take it off. And she's like, what now? And no one's looking at you. So she took it off and she's had it off most of the week. And she's walked around with a smile on her face.
Right.
She's kept that on all her life because she was scared of taking it off and being judged or looked at. So this is.
And you're like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Look around you. Nobody cares.
So she's
do whatever you make.
She's done absolutely everything. And it was the first she was in the pool with her arm off. She's never been in a pool with her arm off, actually.
Wow.
Never.
So I get it. I understand that it's yes, you're doing the health and well-being and the mental health side of it and all that sort of thing. But actually, it's more about just be yourself.
Yeah.
Because everybody else is just being themselves, and it's feeling comfortable. But actually, it's also knowing you're not the only one.
Yeah.
It's kind of powering numbers as well, if you know what I mean. So it's like with that amputees, I know if they went down into Los Cristianos or they was in a certain hotel or whatever else by themselves, they'd feel a bit shy. But it's something about like when there's 10 of you walking around with limbs missing. I know people are going to stare a bit more, but I think it's more empowering.
Numbers. Yeah, absolutely. And I guess everybody's got a story to tell and their own feelings on it. And actually, they probably don't get to speak to somebody who's in a
No.
similar position, do they?
No. And I think like back at home, you also know when you lose your legs, you go to physio, you do all this with counsellors, but they've all got all the limbs intact.
Yeah.
And it's quite hard talking to someone that's got all the limbs intact about how you feel, because unless you go through it, I don't believe you can never understand what it's
No,
like.
exactly.
So it's like, well, Debs is the counsellor on our camp.
Yeah.
She does all hypnotherapy. She's won awards in Scotland and everything else. And that's good that the guests can sit with Debs and like look at her and think, well, she actually knows what I'm talking about.
And actually how it feels and what's gone through, the emotions that you'll go through, as opposed to kind of reading it out of a textbook. And saying, oh, yeah, I know how you feel. Well, no, you don't.
No.
You so it's that I guess is really
So
cool.
and I think that's one of the biggest points for me on the camp is people like Debs working there.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
we all know, we all understand. Everyone that works on the camp kind of understands what you're going through.
Yeah. And the events that you're doing just sound so good. Tell us about what your final event is. Where you going?
So tomorrow we're going as a final thing. We're going up to Tenerife. We're doing a stargazing with Active Tenerife. So the guests are coming up. We're going up there about 8 o'clock and we finish about 10:30.
Yeah.
But we're gonna. The way Ben's doing it is kind of aligning it all and spiritual about your birth stars and how they line up with the stars and everything else.
Shout out Active Tenerife, by the way.
Yes,
I mean, just brilliant. But also, we were talking about it because I was lucky enough to do it a couple of years back, just about how amazing this at night with the stars is going to be. What an amazing way to end.
I think it was an amazing way to end it. I think it's special, isn't it?
It'll
be emotional.
Yeah.
It will be emotional.
We've got the
because it's a beautiful sunset above the clouds,
Mm-hmm.
and then you just got this blanket of stars, and the Milky Way, the universe is out for you.
We also like because last day consists of what do we call it now? The memories and recap.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So all the guests they'll all sit down and we'll ask them what if the week's worked, how it showed, what they've taken from it, and it's very, very emotional listening to the stories and saying, how they feel they've grown and more confident. So there'll be a lot of tears. So then to go up to Eddie and watch that, it's going to be a good ending to that week.
Wowzers!
Back with the bang.
Just brilliant. As
don't want to.
I guess not.
Cry already.
But these camps obviously are not cheap.
No.
And you do fundraising
for the children's ones. For the
children's ones,
the adults ones are different.
So tell us about the sorts of things that you do for your fundraising.
Well, we've been up Tedy a couple of times. I think we've done it twice now. Paul crawled up on his hands and knees.
Actually, I remember. Paul, tell us the last time you went up the mountain.
Yeah.
You went up the mountain in an epic way. Let me say.
On my hands and knees.
Yeah. You crawled a bit on your hands and knees.
I did, yeah. It was
How long did that take?
About 15 hours, 16 hours.
It's grueling.
It was the hardest thing that I've ever done. It was hard.
It's
Just
watching him. I mean, even walking with the band.
Yeah.
He's already done. He's done Ben Nevis. He's done Snowden. He's done Scarfell Park and crawled up all.
Oh right, so three peaks, 5 peaks. How many peaks? Loads of peaks. All the peaks. All the peaks. So this was kind of like, well, there's another mountain.
Yep.
It's in another country. I'm going to climb it.
Yeah.
And I think we have to say Paul's a double amputee.
Yes.
So he's got no legs.
Yeah.
So actually, it's not that makes obviously the whole thing completely different.
Yeah.
It does, yeah.
So you did it without any of the artificial
No
legs.
Someone carried
some
them
knee
up
pads and some garlic gloves.
God, this is all the specialist equipment to climb a mountain. Wow, 15 hours.
Yeah, that worked.
I can imagine.
Had a good team as well.
Yeah, we did.
I was going to say, I can't imagine them letting it. Off you go, then we'll see you later. Let you do it on your own.
Somebody walked away with his legs, though. Where's Paul's legs? One person had one and another person had the other.
We're just trying to help. We're carrying some legs. Yeah, but just bring them back over here. So that's, just epic. Yeah. What are you doing this time round?
Right, so you might remember we did the north to the south. Me and Debs did the north
yes,
to the
I
south
do remember that
last year.
Yeah.
So we were looking. Obviously, we like a challenge. So we started looking, and Ben Symington again mentioned to me, "Have you ever seen the hardest walking route in Spain?" I went, "No, but that's what we're doing next."
Right.
Because as soon as I heard them words,
the hardest
walking
walk
route
in Spain.
not just in Tenerife, in Spain.
You know.
Ben honestly, your autobiography.
Best thing about it is I can't even do it now.
Yes, well, we will get onto it. We'll talk about this. Now, it's not called a pretty hiking route. It's not called.
No.
What's it called?
The 040 route.
The 040 route. How intimidating do you want to name a walking route? Like not the red route or the pink route or the it's 040.
Yeah.
That just sounds horrible.
It's meant to be.
That's true. I have seen the pictures of where it is. So tell us about where it's going.
So somewhere over the other side of the island is a beach called Sorocco, I think. And they're going to walk out of the sea straight onto the beach. So it's basically at sea level.
So, right, okay, because that's quite an important point. Because when you talked to me before, I was like, walking out of the sea, what are you doing that for? But it makes sense that you start at sea level.
Yeah.
And then you're climbing.
So the reason it's the hardest walking route in Spain is not the distance, it's 28 kilometres.
Yeah.
But it's the gradient of walking from the beach to the top of Teyda. So it's 28 kilometres to just short of 4,000 metres kind of thing, isn't it?
So 28 kilometres, 4,000 metres. That's a heck of a grade. It's about a 30%.
You can go. I mean, you can Google it. I've shown you all the pictures. You can basically Google it and see the route. It's basically uphill for 28 kilometres.
That's what it looks like to me. Yes.
Yeah. So to the top and then back down. And
so Debs, how long do you reckon it's going to take you?
5 days.
5 days.
5 days. I'm sleeping outside, just walking as much as we can.
I was going to ask that. I was like, so what equipment do you take you with a sleeping bag?
Some gloves.
Paul's going to bring his gardening gloves.
Sleep bags patched up. And can we just say, me and Paul have just found out 10 minutes ago, we're actually walking out the sea.
Yes, that whole point about walking out the sea wasn't mentioned to Paul and Debs until 10 minutes ago.
They're used to it by now.
And Paul, tell us why that could be a problem walking out the don't worry, it's walking out, not swimming. You'll be fine. I'm sure you'll be fine. But it's just funny. It's just funny how Ben was like, oh, by the way.
Just slip it in.
So you have climbed, Paul, you climbed the other side, I guess.
Yeah.
So this is going to be steeper and tougher.
Yeah, definitely tougher, yeah.
And what sort of hours are you planning on walking? And have you got a plan of that, or are you just going to do as much as you can?
As much as we can, I think, each day.
I think what they're going to need. So we've worked out that it's about 58 kilometres. So they've got to do.
Oh yeah, because we did. Well, also forgot to mention when they get to the top, they're going to turn around and walk back down.
Yeah, they're not coming down in a cable car or anything like that.
There's no car picking them up. They're going to walk all the way, and then are they walking back into the sea?
Yes. And just carry on walking back to your
yeah, that's it.
That's the next challenge.
Well, actually, that's one thing we did say is because Ben likes a challenge, he's also decided now that because Paul likes a challenge, the next challenge is getting Paul to swim.
Maybe over to La Gomera.
First of all, we have to get Paul to learn how to swim, and then maybe
armbands.
Yeah. So this is going to take you 5 days. Is that up and back down again? Yeah. So about 2.5 days up and then 2.5 days back down?
Or 5 days, because I've got a flight back to the UK Saturday morning.
So you
have to be there for 9 o'clock in the morning.
So do you book your flight on the day you think you're going to finish?
Yeah,
I just don't think it.
And clearly, right. So this 040, I have to say it like that, is all in aid of Amp Camp Kids.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
Now, is there a way that people can help you out with this, the fundraising itself?
Yes. So this one in particular, it's raising money now to put a camp on for children that have lost limbs through osteosarcoma cancer.
Yeah.
This is to follow on for a good friend of ours, Baylor Lindsay, who passed away of it. And we put camps on in his memory. Yeah. So the back end of the year, we are raising this money and we will bring 6 families over. All again, same story. They've all been through cancer. All the families have been through that. So they're good camps. Yeah. And that's what we're aiming at doing.
And just tell us briefly about the kids camps, because it's not just the kids, is it?
No. So all the family get to come on them camps. You know, you've got siblings that kind of don't get forgotten, but all the attention's on the child.
Of course.
That's poorly, which is obvious. And then the mother, the father, So it's a family of 4, family of 3, family of 2, whatever's in the family, they all get to come over.
Yeah.
Debs is on them camps as well. She does, because she works with children.
Yeah.
So she does all the counselling for any children and the families that need it. So that's more fun based than the adults.
Getting the kids up at 6 to do ginger shots. So you're not going to be very popular for very long, are you?
long line in that one.
But it's important also for parents
Yes.
to speak to other parents about what they're going through.
100%. I think what they get from other parents is more than what they actually get from a hospital environment.
Yeah.
Because again, as what Ben said, they don't get it. So they can say as well, or they can advise her that, oh, well, I do it this way. Well, I've not thought about that.
Yeah.
You know, so the parents, you just see them sitting talking all the time, don't you?
And it's like some of them have said, like, so say in England, say if they're in the UK and it was when we all take for granted we take our children to a play gym. When they take them to the play gym, they're not relaxed because they're waiting for another kid to point or someone else to say something about their child.
Right. Yeah, of course. You can't relax, and the kids, I suppose, are worried of what about something. Yeah, but now that also with the kids camps, they're with other children that are the same, so they don't feel alone.
No, the legs are just off. They're in the swimming pool. They're all running around. No, like you said, no one's even pointing or looking in a different.
It's honestly, it's the most. When I look at the videos that you post, because you really post a lot of videos to let people know what.
It's way to let people
100%. But it does. It makes you smile and it makes you warm and joyful on the inside when you see the videos of people having a really great time.
I mean, towards as well, we're all happy. That's why we're so passionate about the children's camps. We all know what it's like to live like this. Like Debbie's mum and dad came on the last one, and they were like, "Well, we wish it'd have been something like this when Debbie was growing up."
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
So we're fully behind what we do.
They're massively important. So, with the fundraising, how would people be able to give money if they want to donate or if they want to support?
So we've got a link up on the Amp Camp Kids page, so you can go on Facebook, Amp Camp Kids. There's a link up there. There will be links going up all over social media next week and stuff like that. I just want to say as well, if there is anybody that wants to join this walk, you're more than welcome. It's not, you'd have to do the 5 days. If you want to know where the guys are starting one day and you want to go and help them carry some stuff, obviously I can't do it. Yeah. It would be nice if anyone wants to join on, and everyone would be more than welcome.
Brilliant. So all the details are going to be on the Amp Camp Kids Facebook page, which you should be following anyway, because honestly, the videos just make you feel so good when you get them. So you can support that way, the links to the fundraising, and if you want to support. Also, Ben, you're after something, aren't you? Because you can't do this walk, can you? So
I've been on social media and asked a little bit about it now. Because I can't do it, I'd like to match what these guys are doing. I feel like if I don't go, I'm kind of letting them down. Yeah. So I'm wanting,
which is not your fault,
no, you're not. I know that, but I'm looking for someone maybe that could loan me a bike. So I want an e-bike. I can't ride the normal bike for obvious reasons. Yeah. I've just had 3 bypasses in January on my leg. Yeah. So at the moment, it's still healing. I've still got an infection in it, but I still want to get on a bike.
And the e-bike is one of those powered bikes,
isn't it? So you want
a mix of pedaling and then using the power. So if anybody has, for Ben to borrow while they're doing this, an e-bike, so one of those things that's battery powered but also is pedal powered, then get in touch with either Ben, Lovell, or through the Amp Camp Kids Facebook page or through Oasis. If you can help out, that would be epic, and we kind of need it by Monday.
Yes, please. And then for maybe 5, maximum of 6 days.
6 days. So if you want to get in touch with Oasis, please do let us know that you can help out with that. So we need an e-bike. And potentially get in touch if you want to support the guys during the walk. There'll be regular, I know what you guys are like, regular updates and regular videos of where you are and how it's going and things. And they're not using tents, by the way. They're just sleeping, literally sleeping under the stars.
Spiders.
Spiders as well.
We haven't got that many. You're right. It's not Australia, Paul.
I told him there's bears up there.
It's lions and tigers and bears. Oh,
and he's also scared of heights.
And the dark.
Oh, hang on a second. What have you set him up for? Paul, I'm starting to really feel for you. Incidentally, that should make you want to donate even more money, because all the things that Paul doesn't like,
he's going to encounter
during this trip. Honestly, hats off to you for challenging yourselves and also doing it for such a worthy cause. It is honestly, genuinely, from the bottom of my heart, one of the most brilliant things that we have to show the world, really. And it's brilliant that it's here as well in Tenerife. honestly don't think it would be anywhere else. You know what I mean? Sunshine,
That's how it
perfect
works.
weather.
It's unique.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's unique.
Absolutely. Guys, it's been incredible.
No, thank
I'm
you.
Thank you.
genuinely, I'm scared for you, Paul, actually, if I'm going to be honest. But I genuinely, yeah, honestly, hats off to you. I'm in awe of you guys doing these things. And Ben, we will try and help you get this bike so
Yes,
that you
please.
can you
That'd
can
be
do
good.
what you can to
Okay.
support. I
Thank
know
you.
it's the medical stuff. You've had a tough time with it, and it's
It's been a
It's-
journey,
yeah, hasn't
over
it?
the last few months.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah.
But honestly, best of luck for
Thank
everything.
you.
Best of luck for the rest of
Thank
the
you.
camp
Yep.
that's happening this week. Have a great time. I know you are now looking forward to it even more because we've really bigged up this trip. So,
Yeah, I know.
like, if there's a single cloud tomorrow night, I'm going to be furious.
yeah.
Right? No, you'll be fine.
Weather,
It's going to
man.
be it's going to be amazing.
They're blowing the way.
Yeah. Incidentally, stay tuned for the weather. It's only before 6. Guys, thank you so much.
Thank
If
you.
want to
Thank
get,
you.
as I said, if you want to get in touch with us here at Oasis, you can. Alternatively, the Amp Camp Kids Facebook page, get on and follow it as well. It's absolutely brilliant. Guys,
Thank you,
so
Steve.
much.
Thank
Take
you,
care of
everyone.
yourselves. Bye-bye.
Bye bye.
Guys, we're saying goodbye on Facebook. Thank you so
Bye.
much. Take care.
Bye.
Bye-bye.